Hello, welcome to Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode 13's review on Mela and Gil. Mela was actually quite a highlight in this episode because of her tipsy attitude. She went celebrating with her friends. I don't know what the celebration was about. It wasn't expanded on, but she came back kind of tipsy and she took her own walk. And when she met Dr. Pepper made her aware. I think she just wanted to up, sober her up, or maybe she was a bit irritated by it. I don't know. She kind of sounded a bit pissed, I think, or maybe it was just me. And Mela said she was very pleased with her husband, that everything has been beyond her expectation. And Dr. Pepper made her aware that negativity could actually be a more serious thing than what she considered it to be, and likened it to cancer. And Mela was actually reflective on that. And like, I'm sure everybody found Tipsy Mela quite funny. She was like so, is it relatable? It was just like fun to watch. She was like still in charge of herself, but just a bit loose from her usual uptight kind of self. So, Pastor Carl met with Gil, and Gil was like he's happy with everything, except he's still a bit bothered about her negativity because it kind of changes his attitude and his demeanor. So he said that could be a deal breaker. And then after they had met with the experts, both of them had a sit out, and Gil made Mela aware of the fact that the negativity was an issue to him because it kind of was getting to him. And Mela asked what she could do, and then Gil was like, you could be more. No, Gil first asked what he could do to counter those moments. And Mela was like, you're already doing that, you distract me. And this is how Gil was like licking his lip when he said that. I watched this episode like, okay, rewatched I actually rewatched Gil and Mela's part over and over again, at least 4 or 5 times. And when he was licking his lips at that time, I was like, Gil is not thinking about what Mela is thinking. I don't think so. And then it like distract me, and Gil was like licking his lips at that. Okay, let me see. And then when Mela was like, what can I do to when I'm in those moods? Gil was like, don't just get into those moods. And then and I said, you know what, there's something else you can do. He said, don't just get into the moods, but if you get into them, be considerate of others. And then he said, you know what, there's also something else you can do. You can be more affectionate. And then Mela went like, really? More than I am already am? And Gil had a kind of light in his eyes and like, what are you talking about? He was like, what are you talking about? And then he said, oh, the way he covered his face. I'm telling you, I believe, as me speaking, I may be wrong, but I think Mela and Gil has consummated their marriage. That's what I got from that, because it was like more than already, like, you're very happy with that. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, and then he covered his face like, no, I don't mean about that. Like, so I think Mela and Gil are marriage. And then, some people have in the past been talking about that. Gil talks negatively about Mela, but Gil has shown that whatever he says about Mela behind Mela, he says it to Mela in front of her. Especially because when he was saying about that first time all the couples met at the pool, and he talked about Mela throwing tantrums Obviously, he has told her to face. But when he saw Mela, when Mela came, when they went for when they were in that sit out on this episode, and then Gil noticed she was tipsy. He just heard and said, like, "Are you okay?" He was very respectful of her. He did not call her out like Dr. Pepple. He was very respectful. He was just like, "Are you okay?" He made sure she was sat down. And then when she was like, "What is it?" He didn't say, "Oh, you're tipsy or something." He just laughed, like, "Girl, you're a bit wasted," or something like that. So I really enjoyed them. And then when they went for that volleyball hand in hand, looking so sweet. In fact, they are the favorite couple of this season. So obviously they are the favorite couple of this season, and it's very interesting to watch. Like I said, it started at the bottom, now they are at the top. It started at the bottom, now they are at the top. Okay, so that's it for Mela and Gil, and they showed a bit on preview for next week, and Mela was complaining about them having to share cabin with the other couple, and Gil was looking a bit already pissed at it. I think one of the problem that Gil might be every size in his mind, a vision I think in his mind, is that what if they go to Colombia, he goes to Colombia with her, and he has to stay with his family? Will Mela be like so uptight about living condition, carry her nose up at his family and things like that? So I think that is something that Gil will probably be thinking about. Like, can't she just, be humble in some situations? Like, so is it that, and I think if they should go to Colombia, Mela will try to convince Gil that they should stay in a hotel and visit his farm from a hotel, which is actually not nice. But as I've always said, I believe Mela is a person with a good heart. She just strikes me, she just gives me that aura as somebody that is caring. You understand? So even that time that they talked about Mela, when they said, and never ever have I, when Mela said she has cheated, I think she would have cheated on somebody that cheated on her, because she's like, nonsense kind of person. If you can do it, I'll do it. Not that kind of person. But I hope that they continue to find happiness and peace. Obviously, whatever the irritation brought out in Gil, they passed it, because the next time they were doing the radio stuff and things like that. So that's the review on Mela and Gil, and then they are the couple of the season. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful week.